For those of you who don't know me, I haven't done many things, but one of the things that I have done is that I have gone from kind of fat, not necessarily obese, but kind of fat at the age of 14 to having visible six pack abs in the same year and haven't lost it since. And I've been relatively lean all those years. Sometimes I've gotten a little bit fatter, sometimes I've gotten a little bit leaner, but I've always had visible abs since I got them. And why am I saying that? Because I'll get leaner. Like I have this goal of getting leaner right now, which is which is relatively important for me because I haven't seen that many changes. Like I have visible abs and I've had them for a long time, but I don't feel quite jacked yet. So here's how I'm gonna do it. I'll get a bit leaner than I am now. Not like very lean to the point of like hormonal fucking dysfunction and stuff, to the point where you're so lean and you have so little fat that your dick doesn't work. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna drop a little bit of body fat. And the thing is that in my place, people in my place, in my situation, would choose other stuff like an aggressive cut, for example. Whereas, like, I could do that, yeah, fair enough. Actually, I don't think I can. I'll get to that in a minute. But most people in my place would try to do something quick to, like, reach a certain body fat level fast. For example, like, I don't know, some goofy shit, probably like shaving their abdominal hair or something, because shaving your abs makes them look more visible and pop a little bit more. And yes, I could fucking do that, obviously, but I don't think much is going to change. What I think will give me the change that I want is consistency. And I know it sounds like fucking cliche and like you've heard it a bunch of times. But hear me out. What I could afford to do right now was get into phases of my life, get maybe a little bit further, and then do an aggressive cut and go back to having visible six pack abs. But when you already have the visible six pack abs that I'm talking about, and you want to make them a bit more defined, then you just have to be consistent with that because there isn't like a big chunk of water weight to lose. It's just stubborn little fat that will only leave your body through consistency. So imagine this, imagine two situations. In the first one, you, as I said, you are kind of fat and all you have to do is basically not eat junk food for like a week, because that was the reason you got kind of fat in the first place, because you were eating junk food for a week or two before. So in order to balance that, you'll just have to not eat junk food for like a week and you're back to normal. You're back to having visible abs. But now that's not the case. Now will what will happen is something like this. It will look something like this. I will get on a it will take me like probably 60 days, which is around 2 months. And the way I think this will work out is that I'll have to lose the weight slowly. Like, I'm not gonna count calories or anything like that, obviously. I'm not gonna cut out carbs or fat or something like many people do. I'm just going to eat a bit less. Like, I'm not gonna eat like a pig. Like I'm completely fucking full like I used to. I'm not going to eat to the point of like gluttony. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what I'll do. I think that's what will work because I'm not that hungry. Like when you eat to the point of gluttony, as I said, you're inevitably going to be fat. But when you eat to the point where you're like full and feeling okay, then yes, I get that. Like you've consumed the food, you've consumed the healthy food, the micronutrients, but you haven't overate. You understand? So that's how it's going to go from this point and onwards. It will probably look something like this, where you see some gains here and there, you are losing a little bit of fat and then a little bit of fat, and you can see results week by week. Whereas if you do an aggressive cut, you can see results like every 3 days. Like every 3 days, you are a lot leaner. But I don't think it's going to happen now. I think I'll have to be a lot more consistent. I'll have to. I won't have to starve myself, obviously, because that's unhealthy to begin with. But I think I'm just going to have to do it for a longer time. Like, I think that's going to be a period of slow and consistent gains, and not a period of like sudden weight loss and sudden and suddenly my six pack abs are going to be visible. As I said, because they already are. Like, I'm sitting down right now and I can fucking see them. So there isn't much to do. Actually, there is, but it will take time, as I said. And like, you have to understand that your body's stubborn. Like, you won't move your body fat just like that, especially when you're getting in those lower body fat levels. Like, your body is stubborn. It won't listen to you. It won't like losing that body fat because it's not used to it. So you have to introduce your body to a lower body fat diet and lifestyle, and you'll have to do it gradually. Otherwise, you're just going to fucking eat like a pig again if you starve yourself. So that's what you have to do. You have to do it gradually. And I think that's gonna work. Like 60 days of some calorie deficit, of a small calorie deficit, a relatively small calorie deficit, where I'm not counting calories obviously, but I'm eating to the point where I'm satisfied and not feel disgustingly full. So yeah, I think that's what it will look like. And on top of that, coaches have been doing it for years. Like, I used to mock coaches that were like, "Yeah, we're going to count your calories and we were going to do a 200 calorie deficit." But yeah, that's the way to see consistent results. Like, that's the way to see certain changes week by week, and not changes in your body that you might lose. For example, like, if you are not counting calories, or if you don't know what's entering your mouth, which is kind of unfathomable to me. I can't really imagine that. Like, you have to eat like a lot, to the point where, if you're at the point where you don't know what's entering your mouth. But as I was saying, I used to mock these type of coaches who were like, "We're going to do a slow and steady deficit," because I was seeing their clients and they were like kind of fat, and I'm like, why don't you like do an aggressive cut for like a minute to lose the water weight, and then do like a slow and steady deficit? But I'm at that point now where I've basically done or skipped, or whatever you want to call it, the initial aggressive cut. And now all I need to do is just stay consistent with a small little deficit. And I think that's how I'm gonna do it. I don't think there's really any magic to that. Like, consistency itself is magic, but when I verbalize it and when I say it like that, it doesn't look like anything fancy. And it probably isn't. It's just a small surplus and and knowledge, and then, what do you call it? A rough idea of what's entering your mouth, basically. And just eat a little bit less, maybe reduce the frequency of your cheat meals, and just eat until you're satisfied and not disgustingly full. I think these are the main principles that I'm gonna go with. So yeah, that's pretty much my goal and the way I'm going to accomplish it. I'll probably keep you updated on how it goes, and I hope this video helped you in some way. See ya.